The biggest crowd you ever seen. People from everywhere. All kinds of excitement. Music playing. Kids are yelling. Dogs are barking. Balloons are popping. All Ned's busting loose out there, and you want to go fishing. Yep. I don't blame you. Where you going?
I ain't decided yet. Jim Owens says they're taking some mighty big trout out of Lake Taneycomo. But Harold Ensley says the bass is biting on Table Rock.
Well, Table Rock's a heap closer. Must be a good 12 miles down Taneycomo.
He's about ready to commence the cake baking contest. And that cake that Ellie Mae baked is right up in front.
Taneycomo it is, Shorty.
What's he talking about?
I think he wants to get as far away as he can.
Get Clampetts, you get into your good duds and get over there and buy that cake that Ellie Mae baked.
I don't want that thing.
That ain't the idea. You gotta buy it before some other man buys it.
I don't think there's a man in this town can lift it.
It rolls real good. That's how Ellie got it over there.
Yes, do as I tell you.
Well, why don't you buy Ellie's cake?
The cake baking contest is for girls and the bidding is done by the fellas.
Well, Granny, it's going to look mighty suspicious for Ellie's own paw to be buying her cake.
That's why I want you to get all dressed up. Nobody will recognize you.
Too bad Jethro ain't here. He could not only buy it, he's probably the only living human that could lift it and eat it. Maybe Mr. Drysdale will come. If a dignified city fellow like him would buy Ellie's cake, that'd really cut some ice.
Mr. Drysdale ain't coming here. He's got his hands full feeding Ellie's critters.
Chief, where have you been?
Feeding that stupid seal that Ellie keeps in the pool.
Don't sit down. You forgot to feed the goat.
I haven't forgotten. I cooked a whole pot of goat stew. It's cooling in the kitchen.
What in the world do you put in goat stew?
Everything the other critters won't eat. Fish heads, banana skins, rotten apples, bones, moldy bread, curdled milk, rancid meat scraps. You name it, it's in there.
Sounds repulsive.
Well, you smell it.
Oh, greetings, Jethro.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
What happened to the goat stew?
I ate it.
You ate it?
Yep. Mr. Drysdale, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but your cooking is pitiful. That goat stew didn't even taste like goat.
Jethro.
You could have cooked a pot of garbage and taste as good as that. You know something? This letter from Uncle Jed has got me a mind to go back to Silver Dollar City and join him, Granny, and Ellie.
But Jethro, don't...
They is eating high on the hog, and I'm eating low on the goat. Please, Miss Jane, get me on a plane to Silver Dollar City quick as you can. Uncle Jed said he's having an affair, and that means pretty girls, a cotton candy, and balloons.
What now, Chief? I can't very well refuse him.
You go with him. Keep an eye on the Clampetts. Don't let them out of your sight. And above all, don't let Ellie Mae get serious about a fella.
Boy, Miss Jane, them folks back in the hills ain't gonna recognize me the way I changed.
Really?
Yeah. When I left there, I was just a big, dumb old hick.
No.
Hard to believe, huh?
It fairly boggles the mind.
Have them little old country gals eating out of the palm of my hand. They ain't never heard the kind of racist stories that's told in Hollywood.
Probably not.
Sure wish I knowed one.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you with racy stories, but I do know a rather amusing riddle.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's not my sister, it's not my brother, yet it's a child of my father and mother. Who is it?
I give up.
It's me! Oh, boy, that's a beauty!
Hey, miss, would you like to hear a dandy riddle?
Why, yes.
It's not my sister, it's not my brother, yet it's the child of my father and mother. Who is it?
I give up.
It's Miss Jane here!
She didn't laugh too hard. You reckon she's heard it before?
Not the way you told it, no.
Here we are, Miss Jane. Silver Dollar City Hotel.
What a picturesque little hostelry. Typical country inn.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Stevens.
Yes, wonderful ride. What a quaint little place. Absolutely charming. Oh,
Jethro, Miss Jane.
Howdy, Uncle Jed. We're here, Mr. Clampett.
Why did you tell me you was coming?
I sent you a telegram some time ago.
Oh, I never got it.
I thought there was a fair going on here. Where's all the people?
I'm afraid it's all over at the cake baking contest.
But why are you afraid?
Well, because Ellie Mae has got a cake entered.
That is an excellent reason.
On my way over to see if I could buy it and get it out of the contest before...
Telegram for Mr. Clampett.
Telegram for Mr. Clampett.
Must be your telegram now, Miss Jane.
Telegram for Mr. Clampett. Telegram for Mr. Clampett.
That's me. Are you hurt?
No, I always get off my bike that way. It ain't got no brakes.
Miss Jane, I'm gonna tell that riddle to Uncle Jed.
All right, Jethro, but this time, when you get to the finish, remember, the answer is you.
I got it. Hey, Uncle Jed, got a doozy of a riddle for you. It ain't my sister, it ain't my brother, yet it's the child of my father and mother. Who is it?
I give up.
It's you! He didn't laugh either, Miss Jane.
I guess you're just too sophisticated for them, Jethro.
Yeah, reckon so.
And there's the mill.
Yep. That's where the folks brings their corn and such to be ground into meal. Would you like to see the inside?
Oh, I'd love to. That millstone must weigh a ton.
Yes, ma'am, and they's mighty hard to come by, right, Ed?
That's the truth.
Well, howdy, and welcome back, Miss Hathaway. You been out sightseeing?
Yes, Mr. Kellums, and I am absolutely in love with your quaint little community.
Well, thank you, ma'am, and we're mighty proud to have a fine big city lady like yourself visit us.
Thank you. And now I'm going to don my bird-watching outfit and venture into the neighboring forest. Now, may I have my key, please?
What key's that?
Well, the key to the room I'm occupying.
I'm afraid there ain't no key,
Well, why not?
'cause there ain't no lock.
Mr. Kellums, am I to understand that some local lock and bar would be free to enter my room whenever he wished?
Now that you mention it, yeah, I reckon he would.
Oh, I just love this quaint little community.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. You want to have some victuals with me?
Oh, thank you, Granny, but I'm going to change, and then I'm off to the forest in search of my feathered friends.
You know some Indians in these parts?
No, Granny. I'm referring to my winged friends, the birds.
Oh, yeah. Well, the woods around here is full of them, all colors and sizes.
I'm looking forward to a thrilling ornithological adventure.
Shorty, have you ever known a person that used as many big words as her?
Just one. Don Richardson. He come in here the other day and throwed some words at me that'd weigh out better than 5 pounds apiece.
What was they, Shorty?
Well, he's talking about this law case, and he said something or other was incompatible overt offense.
Them is heavy rascals.
Hey, Granny. Sure is good to be eating your victuals again.
Jethro will know what them big words means. He's been plumb through the 6th grade.
What words is that?
Incompatible overt offense.
Ah, that's easy. All you got to do is break them words down to their root meanings. Incompatible overt offense.
Well, what does it mean?
Means you come in and pat a bull, and you better get over the fence.
What did I tell you, Shorty?
He's a great one.
Jed, did you get by the cake booth?
Yep.
Did you snatch Ellie's cake out of the contest?
Too late. The bidding had done commenced.
Oh, Jed, Ellie'll never get a husband when word gets around about her cake baking.
Granny, there was nothing I could do.
Well, why didn't you grab an axe and chop it up?
Might have been a dead giveaway, besides ruining a good act.
I'm going to lose my bet with Elverna. Her daughter will get married ahead of Ellie Mae, and she'll get to kick me up Dewey bald.
Well, now, don't start howling till the moon comes up.
And poor little old Ellie. She'll be old maid,
You'll feel better about Ellie when you see what's coming down them stairs.
Jethro, dear boy, would you care to reconnoiter the woods with me in search of the elusive purple martin?
No, thanks, Miss Jane. I got me some eating to catch up on. And after that, I got me some romancing to catch up on.
Excuse me, Miss Hathaway. You aim to go into the woods like that?
Indeed I do.
You aim to carry a gun?
Never.
Rabbit's foot?
No.
Four-leaf clover?
Mr. Crumbs, the creatures of the forest do not frighten me.
Maybe not, but she's sure going to scare the tar out of them.
I shall wend my way through the forest to the shores of Table Rock Lake, and there I hope to find a family of herons.
Well, give 'em our best.
Is that the Luke heron?
Oh, no, 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 no. The heron I'm looking for stands in the water on his long, skinny legs and gobbles up crawdads and frogs in his enormous mouth.
Well, if that ain't Luke Heron, it's his twin brother.
Thanks for the ham, Granny. See y'all later. So long.
Oh, wait a minute, Jethro. I need your help, honey boy.
What's the matter, Granny?
Well, I made a bet with Elverna Bradshaw. And if her daughter Big Mouth gets married ahead of Ellie, Elverna's going to get to kick me clear to the top of Dewey Bald.
Why, that's right on the main road where everybody can see it.
That's right. And Elverna will make sure that everybody knows. There'll be hundreds of people there watching, maybe thousands.
Why, just like a sideshow. A circus, a regular carnival.
Oh, bless you, Jethro. You're a sweet, sensitive, darling boy. I know you love your old granny, and you're going to do something about it, ain't you?
You bet I am. I'm going right over and talk to Paul Davis.
Candy maker? But he's married already.
I know that. I'm going to ask him if I can have the popcorn concession.
Why, you buzzard-hearted boob!
Guess what, Granny? My cake fetched the highest price of all.
What?
Yeah, Ed Bozeman paid $40 for it.
Did I hear right? Somebody bought Ellie's cake?
At Bozeman.
Wants me to bake him another one, just like it.
I can't believe it. If anybody knows good cake, it's Eck Bozeman.
Been a miller all his life.
It was the frosting that fooled him. Ellie did have it decorated awful pretty.
Well, let's quick go buy it back from him before he tries to cut into it.
Good idea. Let's go.
How about it, Eck?
Nothing doing.
I'll give you twice what you paid for it.
Sorry, but it ain't for sale.
Oh, please, Ed, where is Ellie's cake?
Right over there.
You're using it for a millstone?
The best I've ever had. Turn it on, Herb.
Look at that rascal chew up corn.
But, Jed, this ain't getting Ellie married.
Maybe not, but we could always open up a mill.
Too long to fetch Ellie Mae back to the hills to get a husband. All the good boys is took.
Now, Granny, there's still some fish left in the creek.
Name me one.
Granny! Mr. Clampett!
Miss Jane is running like the devil himself is after.
I was worried about her going in the woods dressed like that. Like as not, somebody mistook her for a revenuer.
Oh, everybody knows there ain't no girl revenuers.
Yeah, but not everybody knows she's a girl.
What's the matter, Miss Hathaway?
I think I found a man for Ellie Mae.
Where Alex?
In the forest, he was chopping a tree.
Maybe a bear chased her.
Or a mountain lion.
In the woods. I saw him just right for Ellie. An Adonis, a Hercules, and Apollo.
Oh, please, Miss Jane, she's got enough critters now.
You don't understand. He was cutting down a tree near the lake.
You don't need another beaver.
I am talking about a man.
That she needs.
What a man? A veritable Greek god.
grief. You mean Don Richardson?
No, his name is Matthew Templeton. Oh, I tell you, he could have stepped from the pages of A Shepherd of the Hills. Young Max, reincarnated, a blonde giant.
Where is he? Where is he?
He's on his way. I invited here to meet Ellie and the rest of you.
Did you tell him that Ellie was looking for a husband?
I put it a bit more subtly. I told him I knew of a divinely beautiful young lady who had come back to the hills to find the right young man and get married.
And that didn't scare him off?
Oh, good prayer. He seemed most interested. He agreed to come to town as soon as... There he is.
Is that him with the axe across his shoulder?
Yes.
That dog is Miss Jane. He's everything he said he was.
Let's run downstairs and grab him. I mean, meet him.
Hello. Anybody around?
Yeah. Where? Right here.
Oh. Howdy. I'm looking for someone I met in the woods.
Mr. Templeton, so good of you to come. Granny, Mr. Clampett, allow me to present Mr. Matthew Templeton.
Howdy do, Mr. Templeton.
Howdy, ma'am.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, young fella.
My pleasure, sir.
This here is Shorty Kellums. He runs the hotel.
Mr. Kellums?
Howdy. I don't recollect seeing you around Silver Dollar City before.
No, this is my first visit to town.
Spend most of the time in the woods, do you?
Yes, ma'am. Just about every day but Sunday.
I reckon you don't see many pretty girls in the woods.
No, indeed.
Speaking of pretty girls, here comes Ellie Mae.
Hey, look! I didn't finish baking my second cake.
Look, Ellie, let's get this back in the kitchen.
With her?
I don't think it's quite ready yet.
But Mr. Bozeman said he didn't want no frosting on this one.
Let's talk about that in the kitchen.
Did she say that big thing she was rolling there was a cake?
Cake of granite. Yeah. She uses it to cook on.
Sounded like she said she was done baking.
Oh, she's done bacon and eggs and pancakes.
On that big slab of granite?
Well, it's the old-fashioned way. It gives things extra flavor.
She's a good cook, huh?
There ain't nobody can touch that girl's food.
Ellie, I'd like you to meet Mr. Matthew Templeton. This here's my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Well, howdy there. Real pleased to meet you.
Pleasure's mine, Miss Clampett.
Is she everything I said?
Why, she's even more beautiful than you described her.
Well, I reckon you two would like to talk and get acquainted.
I think that's a very good idea.
Well, you can sit on the porch upstairs.
Well, if it's all right with Miss Clampett, I'd kind of like to stroll around and see the sights. See, I've never been here before.
Well, I'd be right pleased to show you around.
Well, thank you. I'd enjoy that.
I wouldn't go inside the mill, Ellie.
Why not, Paul?
Well, you wouldn't like to get meal dust over your pretty dress.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, now you two just take your time and have a nice visit. Will you join us for victuals when you get back?
Well, thank you. I'm afraid I'm not dressed much like company.
Oh, he looks just fine, don't he, Ellie?
Yes, ma'am. He sure does.
Bless you.
Let's start over there.
Fine with me.
Oh, Miss Jane, we'll be beholden to you forever and ever. You found the perfect husband for Ellie Mae.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, he's wonderful. Big, strong, handsome, hard-working hillman.
But apparently quite cerebral.
Oh, well, you can't have everything.
You know something? Anybody that helps one of these rascals 6 days a week is all man.
I'll bet he could even whoop Jethro.
More important, he might be able to whoop Ellie.
Well, I'm off to the forest again. I'm hoping to find myself a yellow-tufted, broad-backed, wood-dwelling pippin.
I don't believe I've ever seen one of them pippins.
One just walked out with Ellie.
We'll show him around the fair.
Oh, Shorty, them two were meant for each other. It's a marriage made in heaven. We'll hold the wedding in the little wilderness church down there.
Oh, Granny. Ellie Mae and that young wood chopper just met. How can you be sure they's going to get married?
A voice came in the night, calling loud and clear. Matthew Templeton is going to marry Ellie Mae Clampetts. Jed heard it, too.
Sure enough?
Yeah. He pounded on the wall and told me to shut up.
And Granny, if wishing will make it so, you'll have them two on their honeymoon before you...
Shorty, what if she takes him inside the mill?
What of it?
That cake that Ellie baked. They're using it for a millstone.
No.
Yeah. Eck Bozeman is grinding corn with it. Jed and me tried to buy it back, but he wouldn't sell.
The fellow that runs that mill bought my cake at the cake baking contest.
Really? I'd like to see it.
Well, come on, let's go in.
Come to think of it, I'm sure that cake's been eaten by now.
Yeah. Reckon you're right.
Granny says that fellow makes the finest brooms in D.C. Hill.
I've heard that the best wedding present for a new bride is a new broom.
Granny says that, too.
Ain't back yet, Shorty?
Not yet, Granny.
Oh, good. That young wood chopper's in for a treat. I got a brace of possums in the oven. I got hog jowls and turnip greens. I got grits and squirrel gravy. I got corn pone and chitlins, hush puppies, and my special huckleberry pie.
Here he comes, Ellie Mae.
Oh. Did you have a nice walk?
Yes, Granny.
I bet you worked up a good appetite.
I could eat a bear.
Would you settle for some baked possum?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, now you hurry to the kitchen, Ellie, and get busy. And while you're at it, you fix some hog jowls and some turnip greens, and some grits and squirrel gravy, and some corn pone and chitlins, and some hush puppies.
Yes, right away.
And don't forget your special huckleberry pie.
That's going to be an awful lot of work.
Not for her.
That's the best huckleberry pie I've ever tasted.
Thank you. For Ellie, she don't like to take credit for nothing.
Oh, gee whiz, Granny, I'd Ellie.
Clear the dishes, sweetheart, and leave the kitchen spick and span as always.
Yes, Granny.
What a housekeeper.
What a cook.
Oh, that was just a snack. Why, she would have fixed more except for all them babies she has to look after.
Babies?
Oh, not hers. You see, Ellie is so good with young'uns that all the mamas in town who want to go and see the fair leave all their babies with Ellie.
I see.
Why, she can take care of a dozen babies and make clothes for them at the same time. She loves it so. Especially the beautiful material that she weaves herself.
What a remarkable girl. She cooks, sews, keeps house, takes care of babies. The fellow that gets her is going to be a mighty lucky man.
Speaking of that, Mr. Templeton.
Call me Matthew.
Speaking of that, Matthew, I'm going to cut right through the rind and get to the milk. Would you be interested in marrying Ellie Mae?
Indeed, I would. You know, Miss Hathaway told me that Ellie came back here to look for a husband.
And she found him.
Well, I'd be proud and honored to be the man who marries her.
Long distance all the way from California, Mr. Drysdale.
Glad you called, Mr. Drysdale. Send Jed's money right away. Ellie's getting married and she needs a dowry.
Ellie's getting married. I sent Miss Hathaway back to to take care of that.
Oh, she did. She's the one that found the feller that Ellie's going to marry.
Ah!
That secretary of yours is a real go-getter. In fact, Miss Jane done so good for Ellie, she's out in the woods now trying to find a man for herself.
I'll get her out, kill her, I'll strangle her. Listen, Granny, I'll be on the next plane.
Well, Well, we'd love to have you come for Ellie's wedding, Mr. Drysdale. And you can bring Jed's $85 million with you. But who's going to take care of the critters?
Well, don't worry. I'll see that the critters are taken care of. Yes. Bye. Give me the number of the zoo. I fed those rotten, spoiled animals for the last time. Hello, Fairchild. No, I wasn't talking about you, you sweet, wonderful dear. Yeah, well, I love you, too. Would you like some din-din?
That's a beautiful little church.
Dandy place for the wedding, don't you think?
Perfect. Very inspiring.
What is it, Granny? I'm very busy with details of the wedding. I suppose you've heard that my daughter's getting married, haven't you, Jethro?
Oh, Elverna, this ain't Jethro. This is Matthew Templeton.
I thought Jethro had changed.
Matthew, this is Elverna Bradshaw.
How do you do?
Hello?
He's the man that's going to marry Ellie Mae.
What? Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
We've just come from the church where the ceremony's going to be.
Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
A day or so before your daughter's wedding.
Is that true?
Sooner the better.
What's the matter, Elverna? You look a mite green.
No, I'll be all right.
I don't believe I've met your future son-in-law. What does he look like?
Robert Holloway, he very much resembles Mr. Templeton here, except he's taller and broader through the shoulders. Oh, he and Victoria Rose make such a handsome couple. In fact... Granny, look what I found in the forest. He's no Adonis, but finders keepers. Let go of him. Robert Holloway, what happened to your glasses?
This lady was pulling me through the woods, and I ran into a tree.
Oh, you snook.
Is that you, Victoria Rose?
Oh,
Sweetheart?
no, it's your future mother-in-law.
Oh, Mother Bradshaw, of course it's you. I didn't see you.
Oh, get into the bucket, you nitwit. All the humiliating experiences. I'll be the laughingstock of the entire community.
Why, Mother Bradshaw?
Oh, shut up.
Thank you, Mother Bradshaw. To you, too.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Mrs. Bradshaw's in an absolute rage.
Yeah. You know, I think maybe this is the happiest day of my life. That's it, Jed. Now fetch the bride over to the groom and put her hand in his. And then the preacher says, who's going to give this woman to be wed to this man?
And I say I do.
Doggone, I wish I was really the groom instead of just standing in for him.
Oh, get back on the box, Shorty. We're going to rehearse the wedding again.
Hey, Granny, is this all the best man does? Just stand here like a dummy?
Yeah, and you do it real good.
Well, I got to get over to Bug Tussle and meet a girl.
Who is she, boy?
Now that can all wait. He's going to run through the wedding again.
Granny, I told Harold Ensley I was going fishing with him this morning.
Now, what's more important, hooking a fish or a husband for Ellie?
You done got him hooked.
Here he comes now, heading this way.
Run upstairs and change, Ellie. It's bad luck for the groom to see the bride in her wedding dress before the ceremony.
Yes, Granny.
And put on something pretty, darling. And dab a little vanilla extract behind your ear. There's nothing that tantalizes a man like a whiff of that.
Howdy, everybody.
Howdy.
Bye.
Been chopping wood, Matthew?
Yes, ma'am. Split 50 rails this morning. Hope to do as many more before nightfall.
Well, now, don't work too hard, son.
Hard work never hurt anyone, Granny. Good book says, if any would not work, neither should he eat.
Well spoke, young fella.
What is there that is illustrious that is not also attended by labor?
Cicero.
Correct.
Ain't he something, Miss Jane?
Oh, he is indeed. Tell me, Mr. Templeton, are there any more at home like you?
Well,
Oh, yes, Miss Jane. Matthew tells me he's got a big family to home.
You know, young fella, we'd be pleasure to meet your family.
oh, the pleasure would be mine, Mr. Clampett. Take a while, though. We live a few miles beyond Possum Ridge.
We could go over to your place if it'd be handier for you.
Oh, my family will love coming here. We don't get to town very often.
Well, fetch him over.
We can probably make it by mid-afternoon.
Fine and dandy. That ought to be about 4 bass and a couple of perch from now. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll be putting on my fishing duds.
Me too.
You want to wet a line with us, Miss Jane?
Oh, no. I plan to don my bird-watching outfit and do my fishing in the forest where I first saw Matthew here.
Oh, well, good luck.
Thank you. This shall be my lure.
You know, with bait like that, she could go a week without a nibble.
Hi there, Matthew.
Ellie Mae, you look beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Matthew is fetching over his whole family to meet us.
I'm going to try to catch enough fish so they can all stay to victuals.
That's wonderful. They love fish.
And nobody cooks them like Ellie.
Me, Granny?
The modest little young'un.
You cook them rolled in cornmeal?
Well, no, I just wear an apron.
Nobody jokes like her, neither. If you like cooking and joking, she's your girl. Maybe Matthew would like some of that cold lemonade that's in the icebox.
That does sound good.
Oh, well, I'll fetch it right in.
That girl is so sweet that when she squeezes lemons, you don't need sugar.
Sure, he's going to make a pretty bride, Mr. Templeton.
She is for a fact.
Oh, what a handsome groom.
Thank you, Mother Bradshaw.
Not you. I'm talking about the man Ellie Mae Clampett's going to marry.
Well, he's tall and husky and handsome. But other than that, he doesn't look like much.
Go wait in the buggy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hello, Granny.
Hello, loser. You've met Matthew Templeton, the man that's going to marry Ellie Mae.
Yes, hello.
How do you do, Mrs. Bradshaw? It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you. And I guess you both know him.
Oh, yes, your future son-in-law. Shake hands with Mr. Templeton, Mr. Howe.
Nice to see you, Mr. Holloway.
Thank you. It's nice to see you, too.
Quite a difference between them two, ain't they, Alverna?
Robert is small, but wiry. Wait in the buggy, Robert, dear.
Yes, Mother Bradshaw.
You must have forgot to wire him this morning.
Thank you, Mother Bradshaw. Now I know where Victoria Rose gets her strength.
Nice to see you, folks. I'll be back this afternoon, Granny.
See you later, son. He's fetching over his family to meet us. We're going to discuss the wedding that takes place the night before your daughter's.
Granny, dear, about our bet, you know I'm one of your oldest friends.
Oh, that's true, Alverna. They's friends I've had longer, but you're the oldest.
How cute. But speaking about our silly little bet, it was all in fun, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know about you, Alverna, but I'm going to have lots of fun kicking you up that mountain.
Howdy, Alverna. Hey, would you like to come over and join us for a fish supper?
No, she wouldn't. She's going to be eating crow.
Oh, is that your future son-in-law in the buggy yonder?
Yes, that's him.
You reckon he'd like to go fishing?
No, he doesn't fish.
Take him along with you anyway, Jed. You can use him for bait.
Before I leave here, I want to hear you say something nice and pleasant to Elverna.
All right, Jed. Elverna, may good luck follow you all the days of your life. And never catch up with you.
Anybody here?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Anybody else?
Yes, sir. You're here.
What about the Clampetts? They're supposed to be at this hotel.
Yes, sir, they are.
Well, then they're here.
No, sir, they ain't. Jed's fishing, Jethro's girl watching, and Granny's took Ellie Mae over to have her wedding dress fitted.
Wedding dress? You mean she's really getting married?
Well, in these parts, a girl don't buy a wedding dress to trap muskrat.
Never mind the country humor. I am Milburn Drysdale, and I would like to...
You're that banker fella from Beverly Hills.
That's right, and I would like...
Clampetts talk a heap about you.
Well, fine. Now, I would like...
I hope you fetched along their $85 million. Granny's anxious to get that in the bank of bug tussle for Ellie's dowry. Is that all $85 million, Way?
Never mind. Where is the bank of bug tussle?
Well, believe it or not, it's in bug tussle.
Well, where is bug tussle?
Passed right through it on the way here.
Impossible. In 20 miles, I passed one building.
That's bug tussle.
You're joking.
No. The general store, the bank, the post office, city hall, fire department, funeral parlor, jail, and boat landing.
And Granny's going to put $85 million in a bank like that?
That's the only bank in the county.
Get that horse and buggy back here right away. I'm going to buy it.
Burl Stevens wouldn't sell that horse. Why, he raised old bird from a little coal.
The bank. I'm going to buy the bank.
That's likely to cost you a pretty penny. Unless Vining sees a dutied-up city feller like you, that price is going sky high.
Yes, you're right. Say, have you got any old clothes I can borrow?
I've got some work dud hanging in the attic.
Great. Now, you get that horse and buggy back here.
Oh, Burl's halfway home by now, but I might get you a mule or something.
Okay, but hurry. There. These clothes will be fine, Shorty. Shorty!
Oh, sir, look! I have found in the forest the abandoned nest of a crimson-fronted finch.
Shut up.
Chief, when did you get here? And what are you doing in this ridiculous outfit?
You think I look ridiculous? Just step in front of a mirror if you want a real laugh.
I have been bird watching.
You're supposed to be Clampett watching. I sent you back here to keep them from settling down and taking the money out of my bank.
Chief, they're happy here. You can't put money ahead of happiness.
Don't bet on it. And you were supposed to keep Ellie from getting married.
But she fell in love. Sure, you can't put money ahead of love.
Don't bet on it.
I got you a jackass, Mr. Drysdale.
That I got. Get me a mule.
No, see here. What I mean is, I got you a little donkey. A burro.
Oh, good. Will it get me to Bug Tussle and back?
Oh, sure. Leroy Cheney's got it saddled up and ready for you out front.
Okay.
Hey, Chief, why are you going to Bug Tussle?
To buy the bank. If the Clampetts move their money out of Beverly Hills, I'll be waiting for it in Bug Tussle.
Oh, boy. And I thought 20 miles on a buggy was rough. Who's that, Miss Jane?
Huh? Oh, you mean on the donkey?
Yeah, friend of yours?
Oh, believe me, he's no friend of mine.
Just a drifter, huh?
Exactly. A tramp, a derelict, a worthless, money-hungry bum.
Glad he's leaving town.
Good riddance indeed.
Wonder where he come from.
I would say from under a large, wet rock.
They used to be for clothes work. We better step over to Dorothy Palmer for the fine fitting.
See you later, Granny Ellie Mae.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going fishing with Harry Leslie.
Your future son-in-law is fetching his family over here to meet us, and you're going fishing?
Oh, I'll be back in plenty of time. He said he couldn't get here till the middle of the afternoon.
You run along, honey. I'll be with you in a minute.
Yes, Uncle.
Jed, we have got to put on the dog for the groom's family. And you show up looking like a sharecropper and smelling like a catfish. They might want to call the wedding off.
Oh, they couldn't do that, could they?
Not really. They might want to. But I've got that groom nailed down like an oak plank. We were sitting right there at that table when he said to me,
I'd be proud and honored to be the man who marries her.
have I got him nailed down or have I got him nailed down?
I think you got him nailed down, Granny.
I'll be over to Dorothy Palmer's helping with Ellie's wedding dress, Shorty.
Oh, well, here we are, son. Here we are where? What is this? Nowhere USA?
There's supposed to be a fair going on. Hundreds of yokels with their pockets bulging. I gotta hustle and not scratch to get back to the big town.
Hey, New York. New York. No, sir, this ain't New York.
You're joking.
It's over down the city. My son runs a hotel yonder, Shorty Kellum's.
Well, where are the people, my friend? I mean, the suckers, the rubes. What happened to the fair?
Hey,
The fair! Silver Dollar City Fair!
yeah, Bug Tussle, too, in Branson and Blue Eyes, fair all around here. But it's raining in Eureka Springs.
Thanks for the weather report. Now, what am I going to do? I got to turn a fast buck. But I can't hear.
I got the same trouble. Can't hear too good myself.
Never would have known. Can you take me back to the train?
No rain here, just in Eureka Springs.
The freight train I got off. Never mind. Where are you going now?
Home to my farm. Got to hitch a plow to old Bessie and work to South 40.
Well, take it easy. That's a lot of work for one horse.
Bessie's my wife. Get up, Chester. Get up.
Well, the price is right. If I had the 50 cents.
Innkeeper. Innkeeper. Yeah, let's have some service. You woke me up out of a sound sleep.
Fine. Now if we can just manage to wake the rest of the town. My name is Schaefer, Honest John Schaefer. Perhaps you've heard of me, president of Schaefer Enterprises Incorporated. My card. Now, I want one of your finest rooms. Southern exposure, king-size bed, orthopedic mattress, walk-in closets. Let me see, television. Did I mention television? Yes. Television set, large, color, bath, tub and shower, and sun lamp, of course. Fire is standing here. Front. Boy!
Now, after I've rested, send the waiter up with a wine list and menu. There is that boy. Now, here you are, son. Now, I want you to take my luggage up to the presidential suite. Hey, that is a nice gesture employing Boy Scouts. Now, I know you're not supposed to accept tips, my son, but at the end of my stay, I'll speak to your troop leader and recommend you for a merit badge. Now, you remind me.
She ain't a Boy Scout. She's a girl.
Oh, 1,000 pardons. At the end of my stay here, I'll buy a box of your cookies.
I am not a Girl Scout. This happens to be the uniform of a bird watcher.
Oh, excellent. Remind me to buy some eggs from her.
I do not sell eggs. I am a secretary, sir.
I told you, mister, I don't have any empty room.
I don't believe you heard the name correctly. Schaefer. The New York Schaefer. Well, that name opens doors at the Ritz in Paris, the Dorchester in London, the Palazzo in Rome.
Apparently you come from a family of doormen.
Funny! Tell me, my dear, are you open for a secretarial position?
I may be.
Take it. Press the luggage. Don't just stand there. Move it. Move it. The luggage.
Mister, I told you I ain't got no vacancy.
Well, then eject someone. Create a vacancy for the new owner. Who's that? Yours truly. I purchased the hotel this morning.
That's funny. I don't remember selling it.
Oh, it belongs to you, does it?
Yes, sir.
I had you confused with the Fontainebleau, which we bought this morning in Miami. I buy so many hotels. Well, we'll close the deal after I've rested and properly advised the luggage there.
Move it! Move! Hey, you know something, Shorty? Pretty girls are scarce as hen's teeth in bug tussle. I've been waiting in front of that general store for pretty near...
Look, my anemic friend, suppose you take up your romantic problems with dear Abby. Right now, we're discussing business. Bird lady, the luggage, upstairs, let's fly.
See here, you New York loudmouth.
Hey, mister, is you from New York?
Yes. Now, about my accommodations.
I always wanted to meet somebody from New York. Now I'm shaking his hand.
Wait, the hand, you're crushing it.
Genuine New Yorker from New York City. Golly!
How do you make it let go?
Intro! Think you're hurting the city feller's hand.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Always wanted to go to New York. Hey, tell me about it.
Later, lad.
Is it really as big as they say? Them skyscrapers real big?
Why don't you wait in the woods? Now, Sparrow Girl, the luggage.
Carry it yourself. I have seen some noisy birds, but none to compare with the vulgar-throated, brown-tufted Manhattan four-flutter.
Touchy little thing.
Hey, mister, I'll tote your bags up to your room for you.
Hold on, Jethro. I ain't got no empty room for this feller.
You don't by any chance happen to have a larger bird's nest, preferably one with running water.
Hey, mister, you can stay in my room if you don't mind sleeping betwixt Uncle Jed and me.
Six what and whom?
Uncle Jed and me. I'll even sleep in the attic if you'll take me to New York with you.
No, forget it, kid.
Hey, but mister, New York's where I belong. I'm a big city fella at heart.
Sure you are. Look, kid, go play with the frog, huh?
Hey, but mister, I'm not like the rest of my family. They's a bunch of hicks and rubes. I'm smart. I got a 6th grade education.
Well, remind me to send you a fountain pen. Now blow, will you, kid?
Hey, but wait.
What is it? What?
You won't even have to pay my way to New York. My Uncle Jed's got $85 million.
Swell, I'll send up a flare.
Doggone it.
What was that you just said?
Doggone it.
Go ahead of that.
You don't have to pay my way.
Between that and doggone.
My Uncle Jed's got $85 million.
Glad to see you. Is this boy on a level? I mean, this isn't the Silver Dollar City funny farm, is it?
Oh, no. His Uncle Jed has got more millions than you can shake a stick at.
The luggage. To the room, boy. Send up a menu and a large stick. Now, tell me more about your family.
Well, besides Uncle Jed, there's Granny and Ellie.
Ah, beautiful people, I'm sure.
You gonna take me to New York with you?
I intend to take the entire family.
Diggity dog! Hot diggity dog!
Just think of that. See the way he came out with that? I'm thinking he knows this kid's a natural raconteur. That's funny. Look, you must teach me more of those funny expressions. Huh? It's funny. Now then, dear boy, how do I find the lake where your Uncle Jed is fishing?
Oh, you just go down there to the corner and
turn to the right.
That's all the direction I need?
Well, yeah, and then when your feet commence to get wet, you done reached the lake.
Beautiful. Now, how will I recognize your uncle?
Oh, that's easy. He'll be sitting in a boat with Harold Ensley.
Okay. How will I recognize him?
You can't miss him. He's the only other fella in the boat.
That's all. Are you sure you graduated the 6th grade?
Oh, Granny, Ellie Mae, this here's Mr. Schaefer out of New York.
Howdy doody. Howdy there.
Ah, congratulations, my dear. I'm sure you'll make a lovely bride.
Oh, I ain't the bride. It's her.
Oh, I see it's your sister who's getting married. Tell me, are you older or younger than this lovely girl?
Girl? Oh, why, I must be 5. Oh, I'm pert near 40.
40?
Mind your own business, boy. Nice to meet you, Mr. Schaefer. Come on, sis. Bye, Mr. Schaefer.
Au revoir, mademoiselle. Enchanté. Mr. Clampett! Jed Clampett!
Who's that calling you, Jed?
It sure ain't a bass. They don't know me today.
Mr. Clampett! I want to talk to you.
There he goes again.
Maybe we better drift in and see what he wants.
Oh, Shorty, if you thought Ellie was pretty this morning, you should have seen her after Dorothy Palmer took a few tucks in her wedding dress.
Clang to her, did it, Granny?
Oh, like she was poured into it.
You know, I'd give that Matthew a run for his money if I was a few years younger and a few feet taller.
Howdy, Granny. Shorty.
Howdy, Matthew.
Makes it a few feet wider, too.
My, you look nice, son. Where's the family?
They'll be along pretty soon. The children were visiting their grandmother, so I left a note for my wife to bring them later.
You're who?
My wife.
Did he say his wife?
Did you say your wife?
Yes.
You did?
Matthew, tell us. Didn't you say in this very hotel and on that very same spot that you would be proud to marry my granddaughter, Ellie Mae Clampett?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he say yes, ma'am?
Did you say yes, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You said yes, ma'am.
Then how in blue blazes can you marry Ellie Mae when you've done got a wife and kids?
I marry people all the time. I thought you knew. I'm a preacher.
Granny?
Shorty, did he say?
Did you?
I did.
He did, Granny.
Oh, Shorty, I wish you was a few years younger and a few feet taller and a few feet wider.
So's I could marry Ellie.
No, so you could throw this parson out of the window.
Granny, want to hear something funny? A city fella come down to the lake and talked to me. He wants us all to move to New York.
Let's go.
That's what I told him. I said Granny would never... What did you say?
I said, let's go.
What about Ellie's wedding?
It's off. Matthew's done married.
Married? Why, he said...
I know what he said. He marries people all the time. He's a preacher.
Preacher? Well, if that don't beat all.
Well, it won't beat Alverna. Said, let's get away from here as far as we can and as quick as we can.
But Granny...
Oh, here you are, my friends. Oh, I just heard you distressing news, but don't you worry, lovely lady. Another young man will ask for your hand.
Oh, I done told you I ain't the bride.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Mr. Clampett, with your permission, I would like to track this would-be groom to his lair and thrash him within an inch of his life.
Oh, no. I say, let bygones be bygones.
My gosh, what a wise bit of philosophy. What homespun humanitarianism. New York will appreciate a man of your wisdom and understanding.
Well, we ain't decided to go.
Tell me, Mr. Schaefer.
Please, friends, call me by the name I am known the country over. Honest John.
Tell me, Honest John. Is there a lot of nice young single fellas in New York that Ellie could meet?
Dear lady, the streets of New York abound with single men searching for wives. And so honest and forthright are these swains that they wear hats to indicate their eligibility. Consequently, the Indians named the city City of Man with Hat On, which has typically been shortened to Manhattan.
That's the town for us.
Granny, I hear tell New York is nothing but cement and tall buildings. We kind of cotton to the open country.
Well, it just so happens that right in the middle of Manhattan, there is a paradise of open fields, meadows, trees, brooks, and lakes known as Central Park. And I'm willing to sell it to you at a sacrifice.
It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Left to me by my late lamented uncle, Sam Central.
Let's buy it, Jed. We can live there. Ellie can get a husband, and we can raise some taters and corn and run a few cows and hogs and goats.
Very fulfillment of my uncle's dream. He took it to his grave. Unfortunately, I am not a man of the soil myself.
Well, Jed and me will farm it. Won't we, Jed?
I reckon it wouldn't do any harm to look at it.
We can be on a plane within the hour.
Well, just give me time to tell Ellie Mae and Jethro to get packed.
They's packed, and so am I.
I reckon I'd best get busy.
You're packed, too. Let's go.
All right, come on, Mr. Shaker.
Honest John. Honest John. If you look out the windows, you will see the magnificent city of New York spread out below you. And that beautiful parcel of green trees and fields and lakes in the middle is the choice parcel of real estate which I'm willing to sell to you at such a sacrifice, Central Park.
Well, doggies, it's just as pretty as you said it was, Mr. Shaker.
Yeah, Honest John.
Say that was left to you by your uncle, Honest John?
Yes, dear lady, my uncle on my mother's side. The late, great Sam Central.
Look like none of it's been plowed or planted.
Virgin land, Mr. Clampett, awaiting only the touch of someone like yourself. A man of the soil.
Sure will be good to work some land again. They wouldn't let us do no farming in Beverly Hills.
Fools, short-sighted bureaucrats. Don't they realize that digging in the good earth and bringing forth the sustenance therefrom nourishes not only the body, but the mind and soul as well?
You know, you got a fine way with words.
Thank you.
You ever thought of being a man of the cloth?
Frankly, no. I had a cousin who was a tailor, but it never appealed to me. See ya.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes, lovely child.
say any critters in Central Park?
Oh, there are critters.
You know, wild varmints like possums and raccoons and foxes.
Oh, no, nothing like that, my dear. Nothing wild to frighten you.
But I like them.
Oh, yes, there's plenty of those. But they're not wild. They're tame.
Oh, good. You ain't forgetting what you said. There's lots of young single fellas in New York looking for a bride.
Have no fear. With your beauty and charm, you'll have proposals by the dozen.
I told you I ain't the one looking for a husband. It's my granddaughter.
Oh, forgive me, my dear. My mind refuses to accept the fact that you're a grandmother. But my eyes tell me that you're a seductive love goddess.
Oh, come on now. Let's hear the truth.
Hey, you're a Dietrich, a Lamar, a Garbo.
Oh, you don't have to get mean about it.
I was complimenting you, my dear.
Can I see you for a minute, Mr. Schaefer?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you know any girls in New York?
No, oodles of them.
Any coarse girls?
Some of the coarsest.
Excuse me, we'll be landing shortly. Will you see that the young man fastens his seatbelt?
Oh, an excellent idea. Have you any other restraining devices?
Pardon?
I'm on it, Mace. Just check the rest of the ward.
Oh, boy, what a rotten ride. What do they call you, a jackass? Thanks to you, I'm going to be the only passenger flying to Beverly Hills standing up.
Well, Shorty, it almost killed me. And it cost me $50,000, but I bought the bank a bug tussle. And now when the Clampetts deposit their money, I've got it. Well, good for you. You own any banks in New York? No. Why? Because that's where they're headed for. New York? The Clampetts? Yeah, city fella sold them a place called Central Park, and there's only way to see it. Your secretary left a message here for you. She's out bird watching. Mr. Drysdale? Where could he be? Mr. Poor fella. Guess he ain't used to riding a jackass.